Hey. What is good, my good people? You know where you is. You know what it is. Hopefully you know who I is. Yes, guys, welcome once again into the I Am the Possible podcast experience, the place where we aspire to inspire the innovation of your identity. Yes, it is me once again, your host, Travail C.W. Lynch, Mr. What? And I am your self-worth specialist. Guys, welcome. How are you? How's your week been going, man? How's your week been going? And how do you believe your week will continue? Well, it's up to you. You know how we do. We are people of faith. We are people of the possible. We are the people who believe in that which is possible, man. Oh, I'm so excited. I'm so excited to be rocking with you once again this week. I'm so excited about you showing up with me once again, not only for me and this platform, but you are showing up for you, most importantly. As you improve upon you, you are improving upon those around you, your community, the society that we live in. All of humanity benefits as you continue to evolve and grow and mature. And so thank you. Shout out, shout out and salute to you for joining me this week, because this is an investment not only in you, but in our society as a whole. All right, guys, let's jump into this. You know how we do it. You know how we get down. Starting off with the mission. Our mission is to share ideas, information, individuals that will, I promise you, they will inspire you to think of yourself in ways that makes the life you want possible. We are all about those ideas. I believe that the right idea at the right time, oh my goodness, it's the game changer, man. The right idea at the right time. Ooh-wee. Guys, listen. Ideas lead to imagination. Imagination leads to innovation. Innovation makes it possible. Yeah. And we're going to jump into innovation today. I can't wait. Oh my goodness. My new favorite topic, right? My new favorite topic. Okay. I'm too excited. Let me bring it down. Right? All right, guys. What is our confession? You know, each week, the confession. Say this with me. Come on with me. I'm about to learn something that will transform the way I think about myself and help make the life I want possible. That's right. There is a direct correlation between the way you think about yourself and the way you behave. It's not the end all, it's not the do all, but it is what you get here. We are all about training, coaching, teaching, inspiring, motivating, pushing, pulling, doing whatever it takes, baby, to help you see yourself in a better way. All right, guys, the disclaimer. The ideas expressed on this podcast serve only as a component of I should put the word in big bold letters, a component of a much more complex puzzle. It truly is a puzzle. It's a rabbit hole called the human behavior. Okay. So again, guys, I'm not a licensed psychologist or a therapist, anything like that, guys. You may be at a place in your life where you need professional help. And that's not, that's not to be funny, right? That's not to make a joke of this thing or to make light of the drama and the trauma that we experience in life. But I know my lane, and I know that I'm not able to serve, some of these, deeper rooted issues and problems. My lane is awareness, because there are a multitude of individuals in this world who are simply just unaware of what's possible for them and to them. And my job is to shine some light. My job is to bring awareness to what is possible, awareness to some tools and some information and some ideas that will help you to tap into that which is possible. But trust and believe, man, this human behavior thing, this inner work thing, I got so much respect for those who who dive in, right? So disclaimer, guys, these are ideas, right, that I'm going to be expressing, information, right, that I'm going to be expressing, right? And even the individuals that I bring on as guests, they only have a certain capacity, right? They can't solve all the world's problems, but these are individuals who specialize in a particular area, and they serve individuals with excellence and with love and with empathy. But again, we can all only do so much. So understand, please, if something inspires you, sparks an idea on this platform, but you understand, okay, I need more help, I need more attention, I need something more, then I want to encourage you to get that more. I want to encourage you to get that professional help, man. Get the help you need. Your life is precious. You matter. You matter to God. You matter to me. You matter to this world, even if the world doesn't tell you that, okay? So please get the help that you need. Let's jump into it, guys. Today's idea. Woo, the right idea at the right time. I'm telling you. Guys, we are talking about repurposing your life. Repurposing your life. Now, I don't know if you've ever heard that comment, or not even a comment, if you've ever heard that idea of repurposing your life. Now, think about, before we jump into the questions or anything like that, just imagine with me, right, how we can repurpose anything, right? Let me just think for a second. Just trying to think of something. I'm not a big house person, or a big fix-it person, but okay. For example, my little setup here, right? I was hunting for an example. Trust me, guys, because I didn't have one planned. So I just, I love to flow organically, right? So that it's not all scripted and stuff like that. So I didn't really have a good repurposed story to tell you. But hey, I'm sitting at this desk right now. That was my daughter's desk in her room, and she no longer needed it, right? She was using it, as a study desk for her, for going to college and everything like that. And she had her laptop on it, and she was using it for studying. Well, I didn't really repurpose it, and I didn't have to reconstruct the actual physical desk that I'm now using, right, for this podcast. But it was the perfect height. It gave me the perfect flat top space, right? Because I had an old setup, but when she wanted to throw away this perfectly good desk, I said, hey, let me try that out. Maybe that's the right height, and maybe that'll serve me well for this next season of recording for the podcast, right? I said, before we throw it away, let me repurpose it. Let me try it out. And lo and behold, it's the perfect height for this chair that I'm sitting in. It's the perfect, it's got the perfect space for the computer and for my laptop and for all of the little gadgets that you guys don't see behind the scenes, right? So I repurposed it, right? I'm using it for a different reason, but it's making something in my life possible. Ooh, I'm preaching already. I'm teaching already. See how that works? Old things become new, right? Through innovation, right? Old things that maybe someone else didn't want or someone else couldn't use, you can repurpose it, and now it serves you extremely well. And so my question to you today is, and it's sort of a long question, so I wrote it down because I wanted to make sure that I got it all out. Are you at a place in your life where you're no longer inspired, motivated by the idea of your life? What I mean by this is, do you lack a sense of purpose, right? Do you lack a sense of purpose? Or perhaps you've never had a purpose. You've never had a sense of direction for your life. And you want that direction. You want that sense of purpose. Maybe you've looked at yourself for so long and you've said, man, this is all that I am, and this is all that I'll be able to be. Or maybe you looked at yourself and you said, man, what do I have to offer to the world? What is God going to do with me? What's my place? How do I fit in? There's all kinds of questions that can go through our minds. We can either have an idea of a purpose and then lose that idea and say, maybe that's not really working out. Or some of us could really be in this wandering space of, why am I even here? Right? But the point is, and my question to you is that you're no longer inspired. You're not motivated. You're not getting up out the bed with a sense of purpose and meaning. My life means this. My life is going to be this. I'm going to create this. I'm going to do this. And you desire that. You want that to be a part of your narrative. You want that to be a part of your life, of your testimony, of your current day existence, right? Well, I want to share some ideas with you today that I believe will help to inspire the repurposing of your life. Taking some old things and using it in a new and profound way. Guys, I want to open up with this amazing quote. This amazing quote. Now, later on, I'm going to read to you the full quote from Dr. Miles Monroe, but I just want to start off with this little snippet, right? Innovation, guys, enables someone to see old things with new eyes and to combine them in new ways for new purposes. That's what innovation does. That's why I'm so passionate this season about the innovation of your identity. Through innovation, you will be able to take the old identity, the old you, the you've been with all your life, and you'll begin to see you with new eyes. You'll be able to combine what's already been there, what you've already been made up of, right? And we're going to get into that in just a moment. And, restructure it, combine it, tweak it, adjust it just a tad in your own heart and in your own mind, in some new ways for some new purposes. Just like I repurposed this desk, guys. Maybe it's time for you to repurpose your life. Maybe up to this point, you've not used your life for very much. Or perhaps you've just been convinced that your life wasn't meant for much. Maybe you try to put on airs. Maybe you've tried to fake it till you make it. Perhaps you're in church and maybe you're trying to impress other people around you, and you're trying to look the part. You're trying to look like you believe that you matter or that you're important. But on that long drive home after service, or when you're by yourself, you don't really feel like you matter, like your life has a distinct purpose. If I was to walk up to you and say, what have you decided as your purpose in life? What do you believe is your purpose? And I would ask you, pay attention to how long it takes you to answer that question, if you're able to answer it at all, right? How would you answer it? What would your answer be? How long would it take you? Not everyone knows. Not everyone has a clear idea. Not everyone is confident in what they are, why they are, who they are, the direction that they are to take in life. Life is complex. We humans, we are complex. So if you are at that place, man, where you are wondering, stumbling, fumbling, struggling, why am I? What am I to do with me? I want you to consider something. Check this out, guys. I want to share this story with you. Growing up, I wasn't the toughest guy in the world. I was bullied most of my life, abused emotionally, sexually, taken advantage of. I've had some horrible things done to me, said to me. I've been treated horribly. But much like my mother, because our lives parallel in many ways, but much like my mother, and I think I got this from my mother, certainly didn't get it from my father. Or maybe when he gets mad, I don't know. But I could definitely see it with my mother. I've always had a big mouth. Always just yap, 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 yap. Always talking mess. And you guys have heard my testimony. Even growing up stuttering, that didn't stop me. Like even with the stuttering and they picking on me because I stuttered, and that just didn't shut my mouth, man. I was always looking for the argument, always looking for the fight, always looking for a way to tell somebody about themselves or express the way I feel. I've always championed speaking out and speaking up and having a voice and the ability to articulate yourself. Even when I was running the streets and acting a fool, I've always just had a big mouth. Just yap, yap. Just want to talk. Just want to argue. I loved to debate. I used to look for debates. I've told my family this a million times. I used to look for debates. I love to debate you. I love it. I don't know why. I just love to argue. And I always had an opinion about something, right? Very opinionated. I had a load of ideals. I mean, for as long as I can remember, I have always had ideals. The world should be like this. How come the world ain't like this? How come the world don't have this, right? Very opinionated. So why do I share this, right? Where am I going with this? The repurposing. Up until the age of 23, I was very destructive with my big mouth. My big mouth got me into trouble. It got me into fights. It got me into being robbed. It got me into going to jail. It got me into bad relationships. It got me shot at. I mean, it got me into some bad situations many times. And I've told this in other, episodes. I've had my life threatened 3 times. Gun put to my head, knife to my throat, gun to my back. Guys, the mouth, right? Even the Bible talks about the tongue. It's boy, your tongue is a whip, boy. Your tongue is a fire, and it can get your butt in trouble. But in those early years, up until 23, the mouth got me in trouble. Well, fast forward, go to jail, meet Jesus, get saved, move to California by faith. I was introduced to this idea, this spiritual gift. You guys have heard the story before. I was asked to preach a message on the life of Jesus. No seminary, no Bible school, no Bible college, no formal training. I was a baby in Christ, a babe in Christ, as we say. Didn't read any commentaries. I mean, I had no background. That's what I'm trying to express. No experience, no background, no nothing. But I was asked to share a 15-minute message on the life of Jesus. And I got up in front of a group of men in the fellowship hall of our church. Shout out to Pastor in the church. I gave this 15-minute spiel, man. Life of Jesus, Mark 1:35. And when I was done, Pastor Eric Brown walks up to me, puts a hand on my shoulder, looks me in the eye, and he says, "Travail, you are a teacher." 5 words that changed my life. 5 words. I've made many videos on this. 5 words. 5 words that changed my life. Travail, you are a teacher. All of a sudden, I take step 1 on a I was 23 then, so I'm 44 now. I don't know, you do the math, right? But 20-something year journey of teaching, preaching, educating, instructing, communicating, podcasting, making videos, content, facilitating small groups. I've done it all, and there's a lot more for me to do. But after becoming aware that I have a gift from God to teach, to articulate, to speak, I began to repurpose my life. See how that works? The same mouth that was once used in old ways to get me in trouble now is used in new ways to prepare. Okay, I'm gonna try to say this word. I'm trying to say propel. Anyway, move my life forward, right? Same mouth. But now it's used to encourage and to inspire and to motivate and to bless and to teach and to communicate and to articulate. Now I see all that talking. Now for me, it's an art. Now for me, communication is my passion. I've got a big dream, right, of being owner and operator of a global communication company. I've got a big dream of building a university, a big dream of having a podcast that spans the globe and impacts thousands of lives. I've got a big dream, guys, of speaking all over the world, right? Virtually, right? In person, all of it. I want it all. I want to maximize this thing, right? I pray every day. I handwrite it out every day in my journal that my aim, my goal, my vision in life is to maximize my aptitude, my ability, my skill to communicate transformative ideas and information, right? Guys, I repurposed it. Hear what I'm saying? If it's possible for me, guess what? Bam, that's right. It's possible for you. I'm jumping the gun. Well, you know what? Nope. I'm not going to jump the gun. Let me read for you this little snippet about innovation, and then I'll get to the instructions that I want to give you. I shared my story in hopes that it might inspire you. I shared my story in the hopes that it might spark an idea in your mind for your life. Sometimes we need an example. I had a gun put to my head at 21, willing to die. The guy pulled the trigger. It was for a $120 bag of weed. I felt I was worthless. I felt my life had no meaning, no purpose. In my mind, I was a throwaway, much like the desk that I'm recording this podcast on. My daughter wanted to throw this desk away, but I found use for it, value in it. I was willing and ready to throw my life away, but God found value in me. Boy, man, I'm about to have a moment up in here, right? Come on, guys. And maybe you're at that point where you think you're a throwaway. Maybe you think you are a throwaway. Maybe you think your life doesn't matter. Maybe you think you can end it all and no one would miss you and the world wouldn't miss you. No, that's a lie from the pit of hell. Your life matters. You have a purpose. There is a plan for your life. You are here by design to do something amazing and spectacular that will improve the world. Absolutely. So guys, if it can happen for me, then it can happen for you. So let me share something with you. Consider this, right? Because we're on this topic of innovation, using old things in new ways, seeing old things with new eyes, right? Dr. Miles Monroe, consider this. Innovation, right? Innovation does not create new raw materials. All of the raw materials are already created. Innovation recombines them in fresh ways, using old things in new ways. Everything that we call new is a new grouping of old things. The exact combination and the timing of the combinations may be new, but the raw materials are not new. Everything necessary to invest in the next new thing is already present in the world. Oh my goodness. Back it up and rewind. I forgot what song that came from, but back it up and rewind. Listen to that again. Go back and listen to that again, and then apply it to your life. Listen to what I just said again with the understanding, leaning into how does this apply to my life? Old things in new ways. That's why I say that the greatest thing that we can ever become is accepting of what we already are. I never knew why I wrote that quote. I never knew why God gave me that idea. The greatest thing you can ever become is accepting of what you already are. I never knew why God gave it to me other than to inspire people with it. But now, full circle, looking at this quote from Dr. Miles Monroe, yeah, you're already present in the world. You already have everything that you need. It's already available. It's already there. It's baked in. It's built in. You just have to repurpose it. Maybe you've been using your gift for this for a bad thing. Maybe you've been using your talent for this just in a very destructive way. Maybe you've been using your ability for this to hurt and harm, and now you can repurpose it to help instead of hinder. Maybe that's all it is, guys. Remember, these ideas that I'm giving you, these ideas, if you embrace them, if you welcome them into your life, these ideas will lead to the imagination. Your imagination is powerful. Your imagination, and I'll talk about this in future episodes, your imagination can take you anywhere. Anywhere. Yeah. Your imagination can take you anywhere. You close your eyes and you can imagine it. Whew. That's how Disney was built. That man had an imagination that was bigger than those that were around. That they couldn't see it. They couldn't grasp it. Didn't stop him. Old Walt had an imagination, and look what's come of it. Look what's come of it. Wow. That can be your story. Ideas lead to the imagination. The imagination leads to the innovation, and the innovation makes it all possible. Check this out. Let me give you, again, going back to my example. This is how it works. Apply it to your life, okay? And then I'm going to give you some things to consider, and then we're going to wrap it up. Check it out. This desk, right? The desk, my daughter had the idea. I'm going to throw it out, right? She had the idea. I'm going to throw it out. I had the idea. Perhaps this might work for my podcast. Idea. The imagination. Wow. I think I can set up everything I need and have a lower deck, and I can do my little mouse over here, and I can put my mic over here, and I can put up my lights over here, and I can set this up. The idea, maybe that'll work for me, sparked the imagination. Oh, I can set it all up like this, and it'll work just like this, and it'll create this and this. And then it led to the innovation or the implementation of me actually utilizing it, her old desk, for a new purpose. What did it do? It made me, or it made it possible for me to record in a very, very comfortable state. Last season, you guys remember I was coach on the couch. Well, coaching on that couch gave me an environment or setup that I wanted, because I wanted to start gravitating more toward having conversations, right? And it was working for me, right? In one aspect. But I mean, my posture and just the way that I had to sit, with the camera set up and the setup and the breakdown of my situation for the podcast recording, man, it was a lot. It was tedious, right? To get that done. Now I'm sitting in this chair. I'm very comfortable. I'm able to relax. I'm able to flow. I'm able to just talk to you, right? And that's what I've always wanted, man, because my life has been changed by conversations. And so I've just always wanted to have conversations and just talk. I've always wanted the listeners, you, to feel like you know me, right? I want you to feel like, yeah, this dude just talking. He's just chopping it up, right? He's providing some good information, but I mean, we just having a talk. That's the homie. That's the guy. That's the dude over there. Not some big personality or some big whatever, Yeah, made it possible. All right, guys. This week's action that I want you to work on, something that I want you to try out and test out. Consider your passions, talents, your interests, your skills, your environment, your giftings, your natural abilities, things that move you emotionally. Consider these things. Consider what you, just how I had my mouth just running, but it ran me into trouble. I want you to consider in your life, what are you always doing? What do you love? What do you always find yourself doing? What do other people comment on? Where do you get the most traction? What comes naturally for you? What feels at home for you? These are all clues. Now, again, rabbit hole goes deep. Again, disclaimer, this is just a piece, a component to a much larger and complex puzzle, but it's a great start. It's a great start, right? And if you haven't gotten my free self-discovery masterclass, I talk about this in depth, then head over to iamthepossible.com. iamthepossible, one word, no space. iamthepossible.com. Download that free masterclass. I'm going to actually be creating a masterclass 2.0. But right now, 1.0 is still available. Okay. But I talk about this in depth. These are breadcrumbs. These are clues to that purpose, to that reason that you're here. It's not the end all do all, but it's certainly a great start. Consider these things and consider how you can use them for the betterment of society. It's all about just getting going. It's all about saying, I know I do something well. I know I have a natural ability to do something. I know that I naturally gravitate toward a certain environment or people or thing. Something I see on television, it always grips me. It always bothers me. And I want to right that wrong. These are the things that we can reflect on and just begin to try. Begin to ask the question, how can I contribute to the betterment of that situation? How can I get involved? How can I help? How can I volunteer? Just get involved. It's amazing what unfolds in the process. Sometimes we don't have to know. Like my coach, Josh says, we're not supposed to know, but we are supposed to figure it out in the process. So just get started. And again, if you want some in-depth teaching and some step-by-steps, right? Head over to iamthepossible.com, get the free self-discovery masterclass. It comes with a workbook and some note takers. I mean, it's jam-packed, right? Over an hour worth of a masterclass, and it's going to help you to connect the dots and put the pieces of your puzzle together, right? It'll be a great investment in you, especially if you're at a point where I just have no idea my value, my worth, my significance, my place, how I fit into this larger puzzle called life. If you just have no clue, that masterclass is a great start. And I encourage you to head over there right now and pick you up. Well, you ain't actually got to pick it up. You just download it. All right, guys, we are at the end. And this is where I ask for your support. Support me. I'm not a politician, but I am not afraid to ask for your support. Guys, tell somebody, please. Tell somebody, share. If you're going through something, if you're wondering what your purpose is, if you have no clue as to why you are and what steps to take, then, someone else is probably having the same struggle, right? So share this podcast. Let somebody know that this information is available. Leave me a comment. info@iamthepossible.com. info@iamthepossible.com. Send me an email. Just let me know. Let me know what's good, what's happening. Holla at your boy. Any suggestions for future episodes, topics that you would like me to cover, any questions that you have about this episode, about any episode, or just comments, just a shout out and a hey, what's good? Just let me know, man. All right, leave me a comment on YouTube. If you're not watching on the tube, you should be watching on the tube, which is the next way to support this effort. We want to grow our viewership and listenership. So head over to YouTube, type in iAMthepossible or Travail C.W. Lynch, and the channel will appear magically. Hit that bell, that notification, become a part of the nation so that you're getting not only this podcast, but you're also getting all of the new content that I am uploading organically throughout the week. You never know when the new video will drop. All right. But if you hit that bell, then you'll always be notified. Okay, guys, last thing, Apple Podcasts or any podcast platform that you are rocking with me on, leave me a review, a comment, something. Help a brother know that you're listening. Help a brother know that something's meaning something to you in and through these episodes. All right. That is it. That's a wrap, guys. Until next week, until next time, I love you. I'm praying for you. I'm believing in you. Now go out today in some way and be why it's possible. Peace.